Welcome to this installment of my favorite Pokemon types. In this installment, I'll be talking about my favorite Ice-type Pokemon. My choices in this video, as a disclaimer, have nothing to do with the metagame, competitive play, or what Pokemon have the best stats. It just happens to have to do with the Pokemon that I like. First up, we have Alolan Ninetales. I really liked Alolan Ninetales from the start. I thought it looked really mysterious and magical. Being a fairy type was kind of a strange pick because now it's dual typed, and I wonder why, but I guess they wanted to portray that it had like a little more magic to it, I suppose. And being an ice type predominantly, being able to use the blizzard like constantly thanks to snow warning, being able to use Ice Shard as a priority move, I just felt that Alolan Ninetales was the thing that the species as a Ninetales really needed to have. I always liked Cantonian Ninetales, so I was sure to like the Alolan Ninetales, and in fact I've been looking at it more and more as a viable member of my team when team building. Snover and Abomasnow. Now, when I first encountered Snover in the Sinnoh region, right, which is the first generation that you're gonna find it in, I didn't know about its ability Snow Warning. I had no idea that it had that until when we get to the Snow Point City Gym, and guess what? There's an Abomasnow that has that Snow Warning ability, and it made me go back and look at this Pokemon more. I did like that it was a Christmas tree, and then Abomasnow is an abominable snowman. I kind of found, though, between Blizzard and Woodhammer, I had two very powerful stab moves to choose from. And then it had Ingrain, and I could teach it Mega Drain too, or now that I think about it, maybe I could have gone with Drain Punch. If that's even a viable choice, but that'll be something for me to experiment with later. I did enjoy using these Pokemon, and I still do to this day. I can't say I touch their Mega Form all that much, but I like them enough on their own that I don't bother. But still, Abomasnow was a Pokemon that I could use as a cornerstone for an Ice-type Pokemon team as well. Glaceon is one of the first two Pokemon, for the Eevee evolutions at least, that you had to go to a special location to get it to evolve. You had to find the Ice Stone, which is near Snow Peak City, in the Sinnoh region. There's other, Ice Stones in other regions, but this is the first generation that you could do this, and I'm going to talk about that. When Eevee evolves into Glaceon, you can do this at any level, you just need to have it level up in that location. With stunning moves like Ice Shard and Blizzard, and even Ice Beam, you can use Glaceon as a viable Ice-type Pokemon, and I just found having this, beautiful Ice Spirit looking fox dog thing on my team to be pretty cool. And I actually preferred it over Leafeon, which was the other Pokemon that came out during this generation that evolved from Eevee in a location. Cloister is... okay. Cloister is a giant clam Pokemon. It's known as the bivalve, right? Now, it holds, as a Gen 1 Pokemon, it has one of the highest defense stats. And it still does have a pretty high defense stat, don't get me wrong. But that's what drew me to it, because I was like, maybe I need something that can take hits. In later generations, it got the ability Skill Link. Skill Link allows for its moves that can hit 2 to 5 times to hit, well, 5 or more times. It allows for those moves to hit even more. With Icicle Spear, which I was so glad it finally got a viable ice move other than Ice Beam, or Blizzard, but Ice Beam was more reliable since Cloister doesn't really have access to any way to keep the snow going, even though it can learn Hail, but I prefer the weather to come out as an ability rather than waste a turn setting it up. With Spike Cannon, which I felt was a signature move of Cloister, but then so many other Pokemon got it. Cloister with, the Skill Link is pretty cool, and again, it has a high defense, but okay. So, excuse me for clearing my nose so much. When I was in high school, I was trying to draw Cloister using Blizzard, and I was drawing it from the front perspective, and one of the teachers saw me drawing this, and even though, I had to show her the other panels in the comic to explain that I was drawing a clam. because she tried to say that I was doing something inappropriate. I know, that's just a story of mine with Cloisters. Finally, we have Jinx. Jinx, I guess you could say it is a cryokinesis Pokemon? Some people even stated that it was a succubus. I just kind of always thought it was like a Viking singing goddess type thing. That's how I always thought of it, because I always thought that it kind of looked like it was wearing the breastplate of a Viking singing opera person. And I kind of wished like maybe it had like a horned helmet too, because if you imagine with the horned helmet you can kind of see that. But Jinx is pretty cool in the fact that it was part of that trio with Magmar and Electabuzz, and I kind of feel like it got left behind when the others got evolutions, because they all got baby forms at the same time too. And I really always hoped that Jinx would get some sort of evolution so they could stay in that trio with Magmar and Electabuzz. However, Jinx, with its many kissing moves and its many ice and psychic moves, it's kind of an unusual Pokemon to have to face off against, because you don't really know if it's going to be running Disruption, you don't know if it's going to be Special Sweep, and I'm pretty sure it could do Physical Sweep too, if it really pleased. But again, it's one of those Pokemon that's kind of like, I kind of wish they did more with it, and it's also the first Pokemon that we can't really identify its type. When you fight Lorelee in the Elite Four, you've never seen Jinx, because the only way you could get one originally was through trade. So when you face her and you see this thing, you're like, what is this? You're not really sure how to handle it. Up until Jinx, all your water Pokemon were also ice types, so, and then she had Slowbro, which was a water type too, so you're trying to hit this thing with, you know, electricity, and it's not super effective. You try to hit it with grass, it's not super effective. Finally, you give your fire type a try because your other two Pokemon have fainted, and guess what? So, you know, Jinx was that, like, switch hitter on Lorelee's team that, like, just totally threw you for a curve. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know about your favorite Ice-type Pokemon. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. Do hit those links in the description box to follow me on social media. Check out my other videos in the right-hand column. And until next time, thank you again for watching.